Today feels like a fantastic day to learn some math. And if you disagree with that statement, well, you clicked on the right video because I'm going to let you know right now that you're wrong. We're going to talk about multiplying and dividing integers. Let's get into it. Now, for multiplying and dividing integers, you have to know two main rules. And the two rules are if they have the same signs, meaning that the two numbers are both positive or both negative, your answer is always going to be positive. Whereas if your numbers have different signs, like one's positive and one's negative, your answer or solution is always going to be negative. So I jotted those up at the top here so you can reference those whenever, but I'd also put that somewhere in your notes. That way you never forget it later on down the road. So let's go ahead and jump into number one. We have 78 divided by -6. Now, when I take a look at both of those numbers, 78 is positive and 6 is negative. Those are different signs. So I already know at the very end, my answer has to be negative. So let's go ahead and do 78 divided by 6. So 78 is going to be on the inside, and in case you forget the technical terms, that is known as the dividend, and 6 is going to be on the divisor, or the number on the outside. Now, I have had students do this in the past where they make the numbers negative depending on which one's negative. Please don't do that. You already know the answer is going to be negative, so don't try to confuse yourself all the more. You already know the answer is going to be negative. So let's go ahead and divide these. 6 fits into 7 one time. 6 times 1 is 6. We'll subtract. We get a remainder of 1. 6 does not fit into 1 at all, so we bring the 8 down. And then 6 fits into 18 3 times perfectly, and we're going to end up with a remainder of 0 here. So our final answer is going to be 13. We just don't want to forget, though, it was different signs, so my answer has to be negative for the first one. Now let's go ahead and take a look at number 2. We have a multiplying problem now, and I notice the 5 and 11 are both negative, so they have the same signs, which means my final answer has to be positive at the very end. So 11 times 5, 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 1 is 5, and we get a nice clean 55 for our answer, and it's positive because we had same signs, positive solution. Now, sometimes you might run into a scenario where you're multiplying and dividing multiple different numbers in your question. So for number 3, we have 14 times 6 divided by -6, and you want to make sure that you utilize the order of operations, and we always check to see if we can do what's in parentheses first. Well, -6 is in parentheses, but I can't do anything with -6, so I'm just going to leave it the way it is. We don't have exponents, but we do have multiplying and dividing. And order of operations says we need to move from left to right order. So we're going to do 14 times 6 first. They're both positive, or they have the same signs, which means my final answer is going to be positive here. So let's do 14 times 6. So 14 times 6. 6 times 4 is 24, carry the 2. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 gives us 84, and we know it's positive. And then we have to still do 84 divided by -6. Now, those are different signs, meaning at the very end, our answer has to be negative. So 6 fits into 8 once. 6 times 1 is 6. We subtract, we get a remainder of 2. 6 does not fit into 2 at all, so bring down our 4. And then 6 goes into 24 4 times perfectly, and we end up with a remainder of 0. So my final answer is 14. We just want to make sure that it's negative because those numbers were different signs. And now let's go ahead and make our way down to number 4. Very similar to the previous one. We can't do anything that's in parentheses, so let's go ahead and move from left to right order, and we're going to do -64 divided by 4. So they're different signs, negative final answer at the very end. So 64 divided by 4. 4 fits into 6 one time, so 4 times 1 is 4. You subtract, you get a remainder of 2. 4 doesn't fit into 2, bring down your 4. 4 fits into 24 6 times. 4 times 6 is 24, subtract, and once again we get a remainder of 0. So our final answer is -16. However, we still have to do -16 times -13. And this time around, they're same signs, which means our final answer is going to be positive at the very end. So let's go ahead and do 16 times 13, and I'll just do it over here so we have a little bit more space. So 16 times 13. 3 times 6 is 18, carry the 1. 3 times 1 plus 1 is 4. When we move down to the next line, let's add a 0 first. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 1 is 1. And then when we add these here, we get 8, 10, carry the 1, 2, and our final answer is going to be positive 208 because they were same signs, they were both negative, so our final solution has to be positive. And now let's go ahead and take a look at number 5. We have same signs, meaning when we divide these, we're going to get a positive final answer. So 72 divided by 8. 8 does not fit into 7 at all, but 8 fits into 72 perfectly 9 times. 8 times 9 is 72, and we end up with a remainder of 0, and our answer has to be positive because it was same signs, positive final answer. Now I have 5 questions I want you to try out on your own in the practice sessions. Let's go ahead and check them out. Now I have 5 questions I want you to try out on your own, so pause the video, try out all 5 questions, and when you think you have the solution for all 5 of them, come back and play the video and see if you went 5 for 5. I'm assuming you tried out all 5 questions, so let's go ahead and jump into number 1 and see if you got it right. I noticed that it's negative 98 divided by 7 to start it off. It's different signs, so my final answer for at least this half of the problem has to be negative. So let's go ahead and start with 98 divided by 7. So 98 is our dividend, or the number on the inside. 7 is our divisor. 7 fits into 9 one time, so 7 times 1 is 7. We subtract, we get a remainder of 2. Well, 7 doesn't fit into 2 at all. Let's bring the 8 down. And 7 fits into 28 perfectly 4 times. So final answer, at least for the first half, is negative 14, but we still have to do negative 14 times 14. And once again, we have different signs, so my final answer once again is going to be negative. So we have 14 times 14. 4 times 4 is 16, carry the 1. 4 times 1 plus 1 is 5. When we move down to the next line, add a 0. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. And then we go ahead and add these. We end up getting 6, 9, 1. And our final answer is going to be 196. We just want to make sure that it's negative for number 1's final solution of negative 196. So hopefully you're 1 for 1 and those signs didn't trip you up. Now let's go ahead and take a look at number 2. We have same signs. We're dividing here, so final answer solution has to be positive. So we have 121 divided by 11. 11 doesn't fit into 1 at all, but 11 fits into 12 once, so 11 times 1 is 11. Subtract, we get a remainder of 1. 11 doesn't fit into 1, bring the 1 down. 11 fits into itself 1 time, and we get a remainder of 0. So final answer is going to be positive 11 for number 2. Now for number 3, we have different signs. It looks like we're multiplying here, so final answer or solution has to be negative. So 12 times 8. 8 times 2 is 16. Carrier 1, 1 times 8 is 8, plus 1 gives us 9, and final answer has to be negative 96. Now on to number 4, I noticed that we have, again, 3 numbers, but they're all being multiplied this time. So once again, let's move from left to right. We have 9 times 5, so 9 times 5 is going to give us 45. Both numbers were negative, so same signs, positive solution, so positive 45. And then we're left with 45 times negative 3. Now those are different signs, so my final answer at the very end has to be negative. So 45 times 3. 3 times 5 is 15, carrier 1. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 1 gives you 13. And final answer is going to be negative 135 for number 4. And then finally, the very last one, 15 times 3. Those are same signs. So positive final answer. So 15 times 3 is going to give us 3 times 5 is 15, carrier 1. 3 times 1 plus 1 gives you 4. And we end up getting positive 45 for number 5. Hopefully you went 5 for 5 in the practice session. This video helped you out in multiplying and dividing positive and negative numbers. If it did, leave a like on the video letting me know that it helped you out. Comment any other topics you want to see, and of course subscribe. Turn on that bell for post notifications, and we'll see you in the next video with some more mathematics. What did I tell you? Today was a good day to learn some math.